how all you're doing. I hope you're doing well. So today I thought I would just sit down with you guys and go over some of the seeds that I have bought for the new year. So, you know, you get to looking, you get the emails and you're like, no, do I need any more seeds? I literally have a whole tub full of seeds. And even then, I was like, you know what, I need more seeds. So I bought more seeds, as you do. Now, I have bought a lot more like kind of vegetable seeds just because this year, I mean, okay, this year wasn't great because of the drought and everything, but I still wanted to grow more. I feel like I'm just learning every year how to do my own kind of like grow your own. So every year I'm learning and learning, and then every year I just want to do better and I want to try more varieties so that I can find the varieties that I really want to grow. So I placed some orders on Mr. Fothergill's. So that's a company in England. I don't know if we have that anywhere else. I'm pretty sure it's just like a UK based seed supplier. And again, they're usually really good quality and they have a lot of good varieties on their website. So I love shopping there, and they had a sale. So, you know, I had to go and buy stuff on the sale. So I think that is everything. Yeah. So I'm just going to go through. So they also did give me some free seeds. These aren't all from Mr. Fothergill's. These are some that I have just picked up at like garden centres and stuff. So the first ones that I got are San Vitalia, I think is how you pronounce it. These look basically like a Rudbeckia, but they're very small, so they're ideal for pots and hanging baskets. These will look gorgeous in a hanging basket. So it's a half hardy annual. So we're going to see how easy that is to grow. I've never actually grown this, but if it's anything like a Rudbeckia or a sunflower, I'm pretty sure it'll be quite easy to grow. Then the next one is a Rudbeckia Solar Eclipse. Now, again, Rudbeckias are so easy to grow. If you don't grow them, I highly recommend that you do. They are gorgeous flowers. They last forever and ever in the garden. Like, they can tolerate such a wide variety of like temperatures and like weather conditions. So like last year, boggy, raining, came back perfectly this year. So I actually grew one. I didn't know it was a perennial. I thought I'd just leave it in the pot over winter, and it came back and I was like, what the hell is this? I thought you were meant to die, but no, it's alive. So I've planted it out in like my garden bed, and I'm hoping that again this year, next year, that it will come back. So we'll see. If not, just gonna grow more, because again, these are gorgeous and they last well into autumn. So they're a really good flower to have. Then we get into some of my Mr. Fothergill's order. So I got some Love in a Mist. Now I had hit or miss with this like germinating this year. So I direct sowed some, and I also did some in seed trays. Now the direct sown ones was very spotty germination. Now this was in early spring, which we had a lot of rain, but it was also quite cold. So I'm not sure if that's what affected them growing. The ones in my seed trays grew well, but when I planted them out, I guess it was not at the right time because I basically got like 4 flowers off of them before it got just too hot and they died. So this year, next year, I keep saying this year, but it is next year. God damn it, Dee. Next year, I'm hoping that these will do a lot better for me. I know everyone says to direct sow. I've had good luck with both. So, well, not really good luck with both. I've had more luck germinating them like inside than I have outside. So I think I'm going to try again this year, both inside and outside, and see what happens. So cross the fingers for that one. The next one is a Dara, is that what you call it? So wild carrot. So it's a hardy biennial, but they do say if you start it off early enough, it will bloom in its first year. So I'm probably going to direct sow some of this outside, and I'm also going to direct sow some in the seed tray. So I probably have to get to that because it is again like end of November-ish, going into December, and you know, even though it is quite mild outside, you know, it's probably a good idea to get some of this started. I don't know, I'm just going to experiment. I'm just going to see what happens. And these are a good umbellifer, so again, these are really, really good for your pollinators, and I just love the statuesque-ness of it. They just look gorgeous, like poking through your borders. Oh, love it. And then the next thing is parsley. So I love parsley. It's a really good herb to grow. The flowers, again, gorgeous flowers. I don't normally just grow it for its flowers, but I do grow it to use as a herb. I have another one. Not my favourite flavour, so this one is Moss Culled 2. I don't know if this is going to taste any different, but again, I think this was an RHS award, so I'm going to try and see if this tastes any better. Really easy to grow. It definitely does prefer like spring or autumn weather. Like in the summer this was struggle busting hard. So I think again I have to move where I have this and keep it, if we do get another hot summer, keep it in a more kind of part shade location so it can absorb that moisture a bit more. Then the next thing is night phlox. I love these. The smell, I can't really remember what they smell like. I want to say it's kind of like a spicy scent, because I did have them in the garden this year, but they got dwarfed out by my dahlias, and then I don't, like, obviously without enough sun they didn't bloom. When I first got them, oh my god, gorgeous, love them. Again, these are like a night pollinated blooms, so they're good for your moths and your whatever comes out at night to eat on flowers. And they are just gorgeous, so if you do have enough of them, they will, you know, give a lot of fragrance to your garden. So I don't want that many, but I do want them just because the flowers are just, they are so dainty, they're so cute, and they're really kind of also unusual looking. So I just like to have a little bit of that, you know, pizzazz in the garden. And then the next one is an ageratum. Again, I love these. These are so easy to grow. They last forever. The blooms are loved, adored by all your pollinators. I'm going to keep saying that because, like I've said in my bulb video, that I'm just trying to do more for our insect life. I just want to promote, you know, a healthy ecosystem. So these, I'm probably going to grow all of them because I just love them. And to edge a border, so these are the dwarf ones. So they only get a bit, I don't know, like that high. I don't know, like that tall. Gorgeous, covered in blooms. You deadhead them, they'll rebloom and rebloom. If you give them a good fertilizer, you know, they will rebloom throughout the whole season. And this year I'm actually going to see if they are going to be hardy. So I had it planted in my front raised bed. They hadn't died back yet, and we got pretty cold. I mean, we've reached about 5 degrees at night recently. It's still alive out there, so I'm like, are you really a half hardy annual? Like, you look pretty alive. And the roots are still growing and everything. So I've mulched it up, and I'm just going to see what happens and if it comes back next year. Because if it does, that is going to be freaking amazing. And then, because I ordered so many seeds, I got some free seeds sent to me. Actually, no, that's a lie. There's 2 more that I bought. So the first is a Heliopsis. So it's a perennial sunflower. And I saw the plants of these. They are so freaking expensive to buy. And I was like, you know what? Sunflowers are really easy to grow. So why not just buy a packet of seeds for £1? And there are, how many seeds are in here? So there's 15 seeds in here. So technically I could get 15 perennial plants out of this. So I've never grown a perennial sunflower before, but I'm gonna give it a try. I feel like these are gonna be gorgeous, and they should last, again, all season long. They'll give winter interest if you don't cut them back, and the birds will probably eat the seeds as well. So this is a good all-rounder, so cross the fingers that this one does well. And then tomatoes. I swear I bought some other tomatoes. Let me just go through. I did. Okay, and then I got 3 varieties of tomatoes. I don't know, I just try, like, pick up tomatoes that I don't know, because I don't really know which ones I like. So I just kind of pick up whatever takes my fancy in the garden centre and grow those. Last year I grew, I think, Tigerellas, just because I had the seeds. They were okay, they were an alright tomato. They're definitely not my favourite, so I'm just growing them just because I have the seeds, which probably isn't like a good reason to grow them. So I thought I'd, you know, branch out a little bit and get some different seeds. So I got some San Mazzanos because I love making spaghetti, I love making lasagna, just everything with tomato, like sauce, love it. So I got some San Mazzano, they're a plum tomato. I'm pretty sure that's what all the Italians use to make their sauce. So I'm definitely going to be growing those this year, next year. I keep saying this year. I don't know, I can't get it in my head. It's because I'm filming it this year, but I'm going to be growing them next year. I swear to God, I'm just not working today. And then the next one I got is another plum tomato, which is the free seeds they sent me. So it's alfresco. I'm sure I've heard of this one before. Now I don't remember, do these tell you if these are determinate or indeterminate? I don't think these do. Or maybe it does in the front. Yes, it does. So the San Marzano are indeterminate, and these alfresco are determinate. So these are bushy. So that will be a nice change because I don't think I've ever grown like a bush style tomato. And then the last tomato that I got are gold nuggets. So I really like these like yellow cherry tomatoes. There was a variety I grew not last year, the year before, and oh my god, they were amazing. I couldn't find any of the plants this year. I even went back to the garden centre that I bought it from the year before. They didn't even have it. They had different like yellow tomatoes, and now I'm really sad because I thought I saw the ones that I wanted, and I couldn't find them anywhere. So I've even looked up the seeds because I remember the name, can't find it. So I'm going to try these ones. Again, these are RHS like awarded, so I'm hoping that these are going to be the ones that I really like. I also feel like with seeds and plants that you buy, like their names constantly change. So it's like you might find it one year and then the next year the name's completely different, but it's the same tomato, if that makes sense. Or like same flower or whatever, but it's just got a different name. It's really, you know, they need to work on that a little bit. So yeah, those are my tomatoes. And then what else did I get for vegetables? So I got another sweet corn variety. So I already have one, but I don't know where it is. I think it's in my other seed bin because I've like separated my vegetables and my flowers into two different seed tray, like seed bin storage thingies. I can't remember what they're called, but they were lovely until the drought hit, and then the rest of the cobs didn't really form properly. But we got at least 2 cobs at the beginning of the season. Oh my god, they're amazing. So again, these are RHS endorsed. So these are an early to mid variety of sweet corn. So I'm going to get these out as soon as possible. So I'm going to actually start them off in the greenhouse pretty like March-ish, and then maybe grow them on in the greenhouse a little while until hopefully the weather warms up. But again, who knows what's going to happen with the weather next year. Let's just cross the fingers that it's going to be a good growing season. So I'm excited because, oh my god, homegrown sweet corn, oh my god, that stuff tastes so much better than what you get from a supermarket. I'm not even gonna lie. It's you got to try it. You really do got to try it. And then I got some lettuce. Actually no, I saw it. There was another lettuce that I have, and I don't know where it's gone now. Did I not just have it somewhere? Don't know where it went. So I got some spinach. I don't know why I picked this up. There was something on the website that I remember reading that I wanted. That is why I wanted. I think it's because it's like really easy to grow, and it's like not perpetual, but it's really easy to grow. And I love spinach. I eat spinach all the time. Did I grow it this year? No, I grew kale this year, but they got destroyed by those lovely little white butterflies. So again, that's something I know that I have to work on for next year, is protection for all of my kind of brassica crops, because they will just eat everything and destroy it, and I can't be asked to deal with it. So there's that. And then I got a winter lettuce, which is Gustav's salad. So I feel like this is like a butterhead type lettuce. I love this type of lettuce. I haven't grown this specific variety, but I have grown like some other varieties. Gorgeous. And it's, again, picking your own vegetables, like your own salads. Oh, it's nothing like it. There's nothing like that feeling, just going into your garden, picking up your veg and coming in and eating it straight away. It's amazing. And again, salad is such an easy thing to grow. So if you've never done it before, literally just try it. And like, you can do it inside in a pot on a windowsill, like a really warm windowsill. Make sure you keep it watered and you're good. So these, again, I might try and get like sow some of this in the greenhouse and see if it will grow. And again, I might even try and grow it in my window right here and see if it will, you know, see what the difference is between like inside and outside kind of crops. You know what I mean? Obviously they're not going to be as hardened off because it's growing inside, but experimentation, it's fun. And then they sent me a free seed. So this is lettuce crisp mint. Mint green leaves with a crispy texture and a sweet... so this is like a romaine cos lettuce. Again, these are really tasty, really easy, so I will be trying those out. And then we are onto the last ones. So some flowers that I bought. So they sent me free seeds of California Poppy Carmine King. I haven't actually grown Californian poppies before. I have so many of these seeds though, like, I think, how many colours are there? I think they're mainly orange, but I know there's like a really dark orange and maybe a red one that I have. I've never grown them. I don't know why. I think it just kind of slipped my mind this year to start them. Even though I could have sworn that I did, but probably not. I don't know if these are like other poppies, direct sowing them is best or not. I would have to read this and what it says. No, so it says start off inside and then put it outside when it's warm enough, and then to continuously sow every 2 to 3 weeks. So I know what I have to do. Have you guys ever grown Californian poppies before? Is it easy? Please let me know, because I do struggle with poppies and growing them. They don't like me very much, so that's something, again, I have to just keep experimenting until I find a way that kind of works for me for them to grow, because I have tried them in the garden and guess what came and ate them? The birds came and ate them. Okay, so 2 varieties of sweet peas. I swore I bought 3 varieties, but they sent me 2 of the same one, so I assume that one of the other varieties was out of stock, which is why they sent me 2 of the same ones. So this is Turquoise Lagoon. I think I picked all of these because they're apparently really fragrant. Again, sweet peas are something, they do grow really well for me. However, again, I seem to have like put them out at the wrong time of the year. So again, this year, because the weather was whack, they didn't grow. So I did autumn sowings. Half of them got eaten by snails, but they grew really well. And then I did spring sowings and they were also growing. But because it was so cold, they didn't quite mature. And then as the weather started to warm up, we didn't get a lot of rain. So again, they didn't grow very big. But they were starting to produce flowers. And then once they were starting to get into their full swing, bam, heat. And they just, no. They got powdery mildew, and that was the end of the sweet peas. So again, I'm just hoping that next year is going to be completely different, and I'm also going to try something a little bit different next year. So instead of putting these in pots, which I usually do, I put them in a really giant pot with a lot of, like, you know, good stuff in it with a trellis, and have them grow up the trellis. I'm actually going to try and put them in like the garden bed that I have outside. We've got trellises along the fence, and I hope that it grows along the fence so that the roots of the sweet peas are kind of protected by the other plants that I have out there, and then hopefully that will, you know, it'll do better for that. But, you know, again, it's all experimentation. We've got to see what happens. Then the other variety is called Teresa Maureen. I don't know. It's apparently a more compact type. I just love the blooms. Like, sweet peas are just, they are gorgeous blooms. And the fragrance, oh my god. Yes. Some of them, I have had some that, oh my god, no. It's like that paper white scent, and I was like, you are nasty. But then some of them, oh my god, I love that smell. It's like, I have an orchid that smells really similar to that as well, and I was just like, this is my fragrance, I need loads of this everywhere. So again, I'd love to have this like by my door, like back door, so you know, you open the door and you smell the nice fragrance, but it never seems to work out that way. So we'll see. And then the last 2 is a sunflower magic roundabout, which I'm pretty sure I have already. Or I've got one that looks very similar to this, but isn't. But it looks very similar. So this year, next year, I'm going to be just growing all the sunflowers. This year I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I had 6 different varieties of sunflowers. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Only 4 of them did really well. The other 2, they kind of, because of the weather. I don't know what happened. It took them forever to grow and bloom anyway. But these just look really lovely, so I'm hoping that they will do very... How tall do these get? 180 centimeters. Damn, these get pretty tall. I didn't realise they were that tall, but you know, we're just gonna try it. I think what I'm gonna do is just take a couple of seeds from all of my sunflowers and mix it, you know, like shake it in a Tupperware and then just bam, sow them and then plant them out and see what happens. Because yeah, I think that would just be the more fun way of doing it, so I can just see what sunflowers come up. Alright, and then the last variety is a Cosmos. This is called Tetra Versailles Flush. And Cosmos, again, one of the easiest flowers to grow, and they last forever. Like, literally forever and ever and ever. Like, I'm looking out my window now, I still see Cosmos flowers, and it's the end of November. You know, so, again, gorgeous flowers. They are like a stalwart of the garden. They work so hard. As long as you deadhead them, these will keep rewarding you with flowers, and again, super good for your pollinators. So this is just a variety I really just like the look of. I have, again, multiple different varieties, but I think I'm narrowing down the kind of colours that I like. So I do have way more seeds, but these aren't like, they're not ones that I bought. So maybe like when I do my seed sowing next year, I'll go through like more detail what kind of Cosmos and stuff that I will be starting. So yeah, that's just a little snippet of what I've bought so far. I'm sure by the time it comes to next year that I will have bought a lot more because I can't, you know, it's like when it's the dead of winter and you're just like, can this be over now? You're sitting there and you're like, oh, seeds, and it kind of gives you this like motivation, and you know, you're just like, yes, spring, come on. So I'm sure that there will be more seeds that I'll buy, and I'll probably do another video if I do. But yeah, have you guys been buying any seeds? What are you looking forward to growing next year? And are you also praying to the weather gods? Because I'm also praying to the weather gods. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a great day or night wherever you are in the world, and I'll catch you guys soon with another one.